It is generally known that almost all tourist destinations in the world implement regulations, including prohibitions, which visitors must obey. Usually, prohibitions are made for several reasons, ranging from a prohibition on touching tourist attractions for the sake of environmental sustainability, to the most common such as a prohibition on throwing rubbish for the sake of cleanliness. But on the other hand, apparently there are a number of tourist destinations with somewhat strange regulations. Such as a ban on towels at tourist destinations that are synonymous with swimming activities such as beaches, and a ban on playing music. I wonder if the strange prohibition above was made just for uniqueness, or is there really a reasonable reason for tourists to comply? The following is the explanation. Towel ban on Sardinia Island beaches. Sardinia is the second largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, and is located between Italy, Spain and Tunisia. Even so, this area is included in Italy's autonomous status. Sardinia Beach is famous as the most beautiful beach in Italy, and has an attraction in the form of pink sand that is pleasing to the eye. It is so popular that among Italians, the island and beaches of Sardinia are often chosen as top destinations during the holiday season. However, behind its beauty, there is a slightly different rule regarding the prohibition of carrying towels, especially placing them on the sand. In fact, visitors who are found violating these rules can be subject to a fine of up to €3,500, or almost the equivalent of 60 million Indonesian rupiahs. Quoting Euronews Travel, apparently the above regulation was created as an effort to respond to the large number of activities involving theft or taking of pink sand, which is of rare value. Not to mention, this activity increases when the number of visits is high. Meanwhile, the pink sand on Sardinia Beach itself is known to be very well preserved. Usually, visitors who come will deliberately put a wet towel on the sand, and bring the sticky sand as a souvenir. Prohibition on playing music. If you are on holiday at the beach in Portugal and want to relax and enjoy the sea view while listening to music, it is a good idea to use earphones. Don't occasionally listen to music directly through your cell phone's speakers, especially at a loud volume, if you don't want to pay a maximum fine of €36,000 or the equivalent of 613 million Indonesian rupiahs. The ban on listening to music was made by the National Maritime Authority (AMN), or the National Maritime Authority of the relevant country, on the grounds that it disturbed the comfort of local residents and other tourists. Apart from the ban on listening to music, AMN also issued a ban on a number of other activities such as playing football in certain corners of the beach, camping outside campsites, and lighting campfires around beach locations. Banned selfies. Selfies are a common activity, even mandatory, for almost all tourists when visiting a place. But unfortunately, this is prohibited if you visit Portofino, a small seaside town on the Italian Riviera. In fact, Portofino is famous for its beautiful landscape in the form of a fishing village whose houses are dominated by pastel colors, making the scenery even more perfect, like in fairy tale books. Unfortunately, the ban on taking selfies was created by the community and local residents, who were said to feel stressed and disturbed by the large number of tourist visits, which made their homes too crowded. Portofino residents admit that they feel uncomfortable, especially during holiday seasons such as summer, when tourists are busy taking selfies and even blocking roads. Even though it was not as strict and cruel as the previous ban, the people of Portofino ultimately created a policy of prohibiting tourists from hanging around on the pier for too long, between 10:30 and 18:00 local time. If found violating it, tourists risk being fined €270.